Chad's done Rami, and Rami's Mr. Olympia. Is the pressure on Chad now to get Blessing in there looking that incredible that everyone's thinking, okay, well, Chad didn't do Mr. Olympia, so is Blessing gonna?
Diego Best asks, he wanted to know Lee and Boston's viewpoint on the upcoming Indie Pro featuring Justin Rodriguez, Nick Walker, Awodibu, etc.
I'll let Lee go first.
Is that the one Blessing's in too?
Yeah, Blessing, that's him, Awodibu.
Yeah. Well, I've seen like the little war, the entertainment between Blessing and Nick and that, but it's going to be hard to say because, anyone knows, seeing pictures online, shit, if I died it down, I could look good by myself standing at home under the right light. Then I get on stage to go, fuck, Lee looks like a bag of shit. But, anyone by themselves. So when you see him in the gyms, okay, Blessing looks good, Nick's looking good, and that Justin, he looks good too. So until they all get on stage and, how many times have we seen Boston before where we've seen guys who pitches up a week before an Olympia, you think this guy's going to win the Olympia, come the day of the show, he barely makes the top 10. So until I see people on stage now, I'm just like, you know what, yeah, it's fun to see the photos and see the interaction between who's going to beat who, but I never really go with anything to the day of the show because so much shit can change. You can see someone looking good, and then we all get that stupid thing in our head. If I just do this the last week, and if I do this, I can look a bit better. Then it backfires, and you look like shit. So
okay, two subnotes.
You got Blessing is working with Chad. You got Justin Rodriguez is working with AJ Sims. By the way, I compete against Justin Rodriguez. I know you probably know that.
I didn't know.
In 2015, he beat me in the overall, obviously, at the Connecticut show. And he's made crazy improvements. And then you got Nick Walker, who works with Jansen. I'm going to say that I think Justin Rodriguez will place higher, and then I'll have Nick Walker, and then I'll have Blessing. I'm not saying 1, 2, 3. I'm just saying I think Justin will place higher, and then it'll be Nick, and then it'll be Blessing.
Do you think Blessing might come in? So I'm just wondering now, because Chad's done Rami, and Rami's Mr. Olympia. Is the pressure on Chad now to get Blessing in there looking that incredible that everyone's thinking, okay, well, Chad didn't do Mr. Olympia, so is Blessing gonna?
Yeah. So what would Chad's incentive be with Blessing? Blessing has dark skin, so I assume, I don't know his history, but is he a watery guy?
It's hard to say, but Chad, Chad's trained.
That is going to dry him out.
Chad's trained a lot of my friends, and he's big on a lot of junk loading, and he's big on a lot of diuretics.
Yeah, diuretics.
So me and Lee Priest both know when you add a lot of diuretics and you add a lot of junk food, it could go either way. You could either nail it or you could like really fuck it up. And I've seen both ways. Like, I don't know if you remember that, Lee, when Chad Nichols worked with Dennis Wolf at the and Dennis placed dead last at that show. He was sweating on stage. And then he went back to Milos and he started placing again. So you never really know because it's his first time working with William. Because Blessing was with what's his name, Neil Hill. And then he dropped Neil Hill, and then now he's working. So you really don't know. But I do know that Chad loves diuretics because I was in the hotel room, and I know he loves junk food. So when you add those, you never know. You never know.
Interesting. I wanted to make one note though, Lee. I should know that there are people that take pictures by themselves and still look bad, including myself. So there is still the accomplishment.
Well, you obviously don't have the right app then, do you, to touch it up?
That's true though. So yeah, you need to use the apps. Okay, so Davis Campbell asked something that he says, Boston, how does Juan Morel eat so much BS and look the way he does? I know this is specific to Boston. Lee, do you know the details of Juan Morel's diet? I don't think so.
Ask Lee because he used to eat like that.
Off season, I just eat like a pig. The heaviest I got off season, I'm 5'5". I'd get to like 285, 135 kilos. But I just loved eating, and because I eat so clean. But the thing was, even off season, sometimes I still might eat clean. Like I might have steak and rice, and then an hour later, I'm like, I feel like Chinese now. I'll have Chinese. Yeah. And then an hour after Chinese, I'll have a bag of chips and some chocolate. Oh, now I'll have chicken breast and vegetables. Now I'll go have a liter of ice cream. So it was all the shit that I was eating in between. And because I love dairy products, whenever I had milk or dairy, I'd carry that much fluid. I'd just go like that, like a tick.
How about those epic pictures of you in the KFC bucket?
Oh, yeah, in the muscle mag and that, yeah. I said, Mike Matarazzo would just call me a tick. He goes, "You look like a tick about the pop." You're that for.
You know, Lee, you wouldn't like Patrick's coaching then because he doesn't believe in cheat meals. He said he won't let his clients have any cheat meals. No cheat meals.
Yeah. Well, I used to like doing it. I never did it because I tried to get to a certain weight. It was just that because you're so strict come diet time. Well, there could be weeks where I wouldn't eat junk, but yet I was the type of person, if I felt like something in this off season, I would go eat it. And if I felt like Chinese 3 times a week, I'd go have it. But then after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm sick of Chinese. I'll eat clean maybe a week, and then it could be McDonald's I'll get stuck on, or ice cream. So if I felt like something in the off season, I just never deprived myself of having it. I'd go eat it.
Never lost your appetite? Never?
Not really. Occasionally towards the end when I got really bulked up, I would. And if it was like summertime and it's really hot, I just hated eating if it was hot. So I'd have a lot of shakes and just start making shakes with like bananas and oats and honey. And sometimes I get chocolate Chips Ahoy biscuits and put inside the blender and blend up that too. So,
Bostin, how's your appetite?
My appetite's okay, man. Like yesterday, like I'm since my dad was in town, I was only eating like 3 times a day. But when we went out to eat, I was eating massive amounts, like hibachi. I was eating a lot and stuff like that. But there's appetite stimulants that I'm looking into, and one of them I wanted to bring up to you because it's actually an it's an anti-OCD medication, and it helps bring people's appetite up. But it's also an antidepressant. But a lot of bodybuilders are using it now. It's called Mirtazapine or something.
Mirtazapine. That's a great idea for bodybuilders. Oh wow, they already know about it. Great idea.
It's getting a little bit of traction.
It has the most of all the antidepressants. It stimulates appetite the most. In fact, it's also great, by the way, Lee, for sleep. Amazing. Like one of the best medications for sleep.
Great. So I'm going to sleep and get fat.
Yeah, you'll get fat. You'll eat, you'll have a good time, and you'll go to sleep. It's really great. Honestly, it's really great. Like whenever people are having anxiety and having issues with sleep but don't need a antipsychotic, Mirtazapine is an antidepressant, but it's really great, like really relaxing, makes you hungry, sleepy, you go to sleep. It doesn't harm
and the fatter I get, if I keep taking it, I won't be depressed about being fat. I'll just keep getting fatter.
I got some coming in, Leo, but yeah, not many people know about it, but one guy leaked it to me, so I want to try it, and he said it worked better than Megastrol. He said it worked better than
you'll get hungry, yeah.
And I don't know if Lee knows, but Chad Nichols loves Marinol for appetite, but it's like impossible to get. I can't find it.
Is that one you're talking about? Is it just a tablet, is it, or?
Yeah, the antidepressant, yeah.
Yeah, Mirtazapine definitely. It stimulates appetite so much that usually psychiatrists have to stop giving it to people within a month. Otherwise, they get too fat. The great thing is it improves both REM and non-REM sleep, which is very, very few drugs do. Like GH does, but like all the benzos, all the sleep meds, they all usually worsen
doesn't give you any groggy feeling the next day. Or?
No, it might. Depends how much you take. But it's really a innocuous kind of thing. But by the way, isn't Juan Morel the guy with the cookies? He's a cookie guy. So okay, so he didn't then. He actually in the last competition it affected him when he was eating his cookies beforehand.
Yeah, I think I watched on one of Fuad's shows. Yeah, they said that he was backstage eating the cookies to carb up on, wasn't he? And it sort of he went too far or something. Didn't they say he ate too many?
Exactly.